Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we'll be sharing some of the tips and tricks of the Vivo V23 Pro in terms of the camera. So Vivo V23 Pro comes with a 108 megapixel rear camera setup. It also has an ultra wide and a macro sensor, and on the front panel you get a dual camera setup. It's a 50 plus 8 megapixel dual camera setup. So it's really one of the really good packed camera systems hardware available. So let's see what all features it offers, and we'll also show you some camera samples we have taken with this device. So it's kind of a mixed camera review plus features being offered on this device. So let's open the camera interface. So this is the camera interface. So there are some changes in the camera interface, especially a lot of features being added here. So let's see what all features it offers. So this is the main UI. You can see that photo mode. So at the bottom you can see here AI detection, AI auto detection, scene detection rather. Then here we have some filters. You can just swipe and take images using these filters. Now here you can see that you can actually switch to ultra wide angle camera, that's 0.6, that's ultra wide, and we have the option to zoom to 2x zoom. Then on the top we have this HDR option, and then you also get the super macro mode. If you want to enable super macro, you can enable from here. Then we have this auto flash and HDR option, so you can just turn this on. Then here in the settings there are a few interesting options. The first two of them are self-explanatory. You can select the aspect ratio of images, 4:3, 16:9 full, and here we have the timer. Then at the bottom there are 5 other options. One is framing lines. You can enable the framing lines. This is very useful when taking images. You can see here these are the framing lines. So you can position the subject in the framing lines to get the best image or the photography. Then level meter, again you can see that level meter is here. So whenever you're taking photos, making sure that the image is completely horizontal or completely vertical, this is the level meter available. Then FX master. So if when you enable, you can just increase here. You can see here you can go from 0 to 100% or come down to minus 100%, and then here also you can see here you can go from the color. You can see that color can be increased or decreased, and here we have the exposure to be increased. So that's the FX master. Then watermark, you can add a watermark to all the images. It can be the device watermark, or you can have a custom watermark as well. If you enable that, you can see here. Then auto focus or motion autofocus, that's eye autofocus is there, body autofocus is there, object autofocus is there. So it's variety of autofocuses are there. In case of the object is in motion, you can go for eye autofocus if it is a human subject. If you want kind of pets, you can go with the body of autofocus. And then object autofocus, say for it's a ball or a moving object, then you can go with the object autofocus. So these are the main options available in the main photo mode. So let's have a look at some of the camera samples we have taken in the regular mode. These are some of the camera samples, and you can see that they have come quite good, although it's not as good as some of the images shot on the X series, which is also priced quite similarly. The colors are quite okay. Again, you can judge yourself how good the clarity is. There is decent amount of sharpness, and the colors are not really accurate in my opinion, but nevertheless it does a really good job. There are a wide range of options to choose while shooting in daylight. You can go with the ultra wide angle camera, you can go with the 2x zoom, and even the regular photos. Along with that, there are a lot of filters also included. So these are some daylight samples you have taken with the Vivo V23 Pro. Now going to the portrait mode, if you go to the portrait mode, you can see that you can set the style for the portrait. There are lots of portrait options available, so you can select the portrait style, and then filters can also be set here. Whichever filter you want, you can just select from here. Then you can set the bokeh. You can see here default bokeh. Then if you want to change the f value, you can see here f 1.95 you can go, and you can go all the way to f16 when there is no bokeh at all. You can turn off the bokeh, and you can also customize the bokeh, hearts, stars, butterfly. Some additional options are also there for the bokeh. So these are some options in the portrait mode. Now if you go to the night mode, Now here you can see that if you go to the night mode, it is advisable to have a tripod. Tripod auto detection is also there. Then here we have panorama night. If you want to take a night panorama, you can go with that as well. And here also you get the additional options which I mentioned previously. So night mode also you get additional options. You can go with the ultra wide angle also for night mode. Now here are some samples taken with the night mode. Now, while Vivo V series and X series are really known for camera-centric devices, we are quite not happy with the performance of the night mode on the Vivo V23 Pro. They're not really that impressive in terms of performance. Overall, you can say that low light feels kind of not so impressive, especially in terms of details it produces. It could have been definitely better, considering that this is about 30k priced device. It's a premium device, so we would have expected a slightly better night mode overall from the Vivo V23 Pro. So these are the night mode shots taken with the Vivo V23 Pro. Now if you go to the video recording, you can see that again plenty of options are there. You get 4K at 30 fps and 60 fps, 1080p at 30 fps and 60 fps. Again you get all the details. There is also movie mode included. Then motion autofocus is once again included here. So we'll just see some of the video samples here taken. So these are the video samples taken with the Vivo V23 Pro. So all the samples here taken. Now additionally you also get the teleprompter mode. What it does is when you're recording video, you get a teleprompter input. You can just go here and add your details, and when the video is enrolling, you can actually read out from the teleprompter. So this is quite useful if you want to take a selfie video and then you want to read out from the teleprompter. This is really good. So this is kind of a unique feature available, the teleprompter mode. And this starts with when the video recording is starting, and you can use both for selfie video as well as for rear video, the teleprompter mode. So this is some kind of new useful feature included with this device. So that's the teleprompter mode. Now let's go to the more. Here we have the double exposure, pro sports mode, pro mode, live photo mode. So these are self-explanatory. We will concentrate on a few of them. High resolution is again 108 megapixel mode. Then slow motion, here you can see that you can record videos in either 720p at 120 fps or 240 fps, and 1080p resolution at 240 fps is also there. So slow motion can also be recorded with this. Then we have the dual video mode. That means when you select this, you can see that dual video mode, both the rear and the front cameras enabled. You can actually change the position. You can see square, circle, heart. Then you can also have different options, and you can go with different modes. You can see here different modes are there to select, and you can even see here you can have split mode. Then here we have the front and rear 1x, rear 0.6x, whichever you want, dual rear view. So a lot of options are there. So let's have a look at the sample taken with the dual camera video mode. So this is the dual video mode on the Vivo V23 Pro. You can take using the rear camera as well as the front camera, and you can actually switch positions before the recording starts. Now finally going to the selfie camera. So this is the selfie camera, and here again you get additional options which we have seen on the rear camera as well. So different filters are there. Then we have auto HT portrait is there. It will automatically detect and select the portraits for selfies. Then you also get watermark, level meter, and additional options are also there. So these are some really useful options. Then you can go with the 0.6x. This is the ultra wide angle camera for selfie selfie mode, and you can take wide angle selfies. There is also night mode available for selfies, portrait mode, video recording also. You get 4K at 30 fps and 4K at 60 fps even for the front camera, which is really impressive. So you can record in multiple resolutions with the or rather the front camera on this device. So let's have a look at some of the camera samples taken with the front camera on this device. This is the 4K 60 fps video sample taken from the Vivo V23 Pro's 50 megapixel selfie camera. So this is the 1080p 60 fps video footage taken with the Vivo V23's front facing 50 megapixel dual selfie camera. So this is the 1080p video recording from the Vivo V23 camera. So judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output. So this is the stabilized footage from the Vivo V23 Pro. It can record videos in 1080p at 30 fps. So this is the stabilized footage. Then if you want to take macro, as I said before, you can see here this is a super macro mode. Once enabled, you can take some macro images using this camera. Once again, macros were kind of okayish, I would say, nothing exceptional out of the box. And when you compare with the price segment, the Vivo X series produces much better results compared to this Vivo V23 Pro. So those were the camera features of the Vivo V23 Pro. Along with that, we also showed you some camera samples. So overall, while the camera has a lot of features to offer, tons of features, including some of the newer features like teleprompter mode, the overall camera quality doesn't feel that impressive for the price segment. There is still a lot of room for work on the Vivo V23 Pro. So Vivo should be releasing updates to this device to get the best performance, at least for the price segment it is being offered. So that was our experience with the Vivo V23 Pro camera, and here are the features which you can get with the Vivo V23 Pro camera. So that's it for this video. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.